Welcome back to Mystery Books to Read podcast. You know we love a good mind-bending thriller, and today we're diving deep into one that'll really get under your skin. Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson, it's a real page-turner, and I gotta warn you, it's pretty messed up in the best way possible.
Oh, yeah, this one sticks with you. It's like a puzzle box, where each piece you uncover just makes the picture more disturbing.
Exactly. The story centers around Christine. She wakes up every single day with no memory of her past.
Can you even imagine that, waking up every morning as a complete blank slate?
Seriously, it'd be terrifying. Like Groundhog Day, but with amnesia.
And way more sinister.
So picture this. Christine wakes up next to this
Right.
guy, right? And he's all, hey, honey, I'm your husband, Ben.
hmm
But she has absolutely no clue who he is.
The author does an amazing job of putting you right in Christine's head. You feel that utter confusion and vulnerability.
It's like waking up in a nightmare you can't escape. But it's not just about memory loss. There's a whole mystery woven in that keeps you guessing till the very end. Each day, Christine tries to piece together her past.
Like she's a detective in her own life.
Right. And she relies on this journal she keeps and guidance from her doctor. But the question is, are they reliable?
Ooh, that's the hook. You start to question everything along with Christine. The people around her, even her own memories.
It makes you wonder if anyone can be trusted.
Hmm.
So we have Christine living in this perpetual present.
Yeah.
Then there's Ben, the supposed husband. He seems caring, but there's this nagging feeling that something's off.
Definitely. And then there's Dr. Nash. He's encouraging Christine to confront her amnesia by journaling, which seems helpful on the surface, but is it really?
That's a good question. Is he helping her heal or pushing her towards something dangerous?
We also have Christine's friend Claire. She adds another layer of doubt to the mix.
Oh yeah, Claire's a game changer,
She challenges the whole narrative that Ben's created.
making you wonder who to believe.
It really messes with your head.
And then there's the whole revelation about Christine's son, Adam.
Oh, man, that part broke my heart.
It adds this whole other layer of loss and betrayal. Christine has no memory of her own child. And Ben's been keeping him a secret. Why would he do that?
It makes you question his motives big time.
Is he protecting Christine or controlling her?
That's what's so brilliant about this book. It makes you think about the power dynamics in relationships and how easily we can be manipulated, especially when we're vulnerable.
It's unsettling for sure. It makes you question how much of what we believe is actually true.
And how much is constructed by the people around us.
It's like, can we even trust our own memories?
It's a scary thought, right?
Absolutely.
And the author really plays with that fear. He blurs the lines between truth and deception so well. You're constantly second-guessing yourself.
Just like Christine, trying to figure out what's real and what's not.
It's a wild ride.
You're telling me this book will keep you up all night.
Definitely not a bedtime story.
No way. So if you're brave enough to enter this psychological labyrinth, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
And totally worth it.
Let's dive deeper into Before I Go to Sleep and unravel this twisted mystery together.
Sounds good to me. You know, one of the things that really gets you is Christine's journal. It's like her only anchor to reality, a way for her to, like, hold on to those little fragments of who she is.
Yeah, it's almost like we're right there with her, reading over her shoulder, experiencing that confusion and fear as she tries to make sense of it all.
Exactly. And you start to see those little inconsistencies popping up, things that just don't add up with Ben's version of events.
Like, for instance, Christine was a successful writer before the amnesia, but Ben's painted this picture of her as a stay-at-home wife.
Right. It makes you wonder what else he's hiding.
Yeah, it's like he's created this whole fake life for her.
And then there's the whole thing with Claire, her friend. Ben's adamant that Claire moved away years ago.
But Christine keeps having these strong memories of their friendship.
It's like this nagging feeling that something's not right.
It's gaslighting, plain and simple.
He's trying to make her doubt her own mind.
It's so messed up.
And it makes you think, how much of our reality is shaped by others?
Can we even trust our own memories?
Especially when someone's deliberately trying to manipulate them.
That tension really ramps up when Christine finds that metal box hidden in Ben's office.
Oh, yeah, that scene is intense.
You know something bad's gonna be in there.
And then, bam, the photos of her son, Adam.
It's like a punch to the gut. She has this whole child she has no memory of.
Talk about betrayal.
It's heartbreaking.
It makes you question everything about Ben's motives.
Is he really trying to protect her, or is he just a master manipulator?
It's such a clever way to flip the script. You go from feeling sympathy for him to being totally suspicious.
And then Christine decides to reach out to Claire, even though Ben insists she's gone.
And that's when things really start to unravel.
Claire's account of events just blows everything wide open. She tells Christine that Ben left her years ago, took their son with him.
The whole accident that caused her amnesia, it was no accident at all.
It's like the bottom drops out of Christine's world.
And ours too, as readers.
Suddenly, everything we thought we knew is a lie.
And then there's Ben's letter. He leaves it for Christine to read after he supposedly dies.
It's his attempt to explain himself.
To justify all the lies and manipulation.
But it's also kind of a confession. You see his insecurities, his resentment towards Christine.
It's so layered and complex. You're left wondering if he was truly a monster or just a deeply flawed guy.
It's a question that lingers long after you finish the book.
And then the final twist. The man Christine's been living with all this time, it's not even Ben.
Yeah, that part blew my mind.
It turns out he's been impersonating him this whole time.
Talk about a creepy ending.
It just throws everything into question again. The nature of identity, the fragility of trust.
It's a real hat trip.
And it makes you realize just how vulnerable we are when our memories are gone.
I mean, talk about betrayal, right? It's like the ultimate betrayal.
It really is.
To think the person you depend on, like for your very sense of self,
Yeah.
is the one who's been lying to you all along.
Like a total mind trip.
Makes you wonder, can you ever really know anyone?
Right. Like even the people closest to us could be keeping huge secrets.
But even with all that, with her memory so messed up and her trust shattered, Christine shows this amazing strength.
She does, doesn't she?
She remembers this one crucial detail about the guy who attacked her.
Oh, yeah.
A scar on his face.
Wow.
And that tiny detail becomes like a symbol, you know, of her reclaiming her memory.
Like a piece of the truth he couldn't take away.
Exactly.
Wow, that's powerful.
And that's what ultimately leads to her being rescued. Dr. Nash and Claire, they figure out what's going on.
Thank goodness.
And they race to save her.
That scene at the hotel, so intense.
Right. You're like, are they going to make it in time?
Heart pounding the whole time.
But even though she's safe, you can tell the experience really messed her up.
Yeah, the trauma's still there.
It makes you think about the lasting impact of abuse and manipulation.
It's not something you just shake off.
And rebuilding your life after something like that, it's got to be so hard.
Especially when the people you trusted the most were the ones who hurt you.
But you see how important it is to have support.
Oh, absolutely.
Dr. Nash and Claire, they're like anchors for Christine.
They help her navigate all the confusion and validate her experiences.
They remind her, and us as readers, that even when things are really dark, human connection can make all the difference.
So true.
And in the end, it's Christine's own determination to find the truth. That sets her free.
It's inspiring, right?
Definitely.
Even when she's lost everything, her sense of self, her memories.
There's still that core strength inside her.
It's a reminder that we're all stronger than we think.
This book, Before I Go to Sleep, it's definitely a haunting read.
It stays with you.
Makes you question everything you thought you knew about memory and identity.
And the people we trust.
If you're looking for a psychological thriller, that'll keep you up all night.
This is the one.
This is definitely the one.
But be warned, it's pretty intense.
It'll get under your skin.
Make you think twice about locking your doors at night.
So, have you guys read Somebody Before I Go to Sleep? Let us know what you thought. Leave a comment, send us a message. We'd love to hear from you.
And if you enjoyed our deep dive, don't forget to subscribe to Mystery Books to Read podcast.
We've got more twisted tales coming your way.
Until next time, happy reading.